Hi guys, what does it say there? 9 minutes. I don't know why my freaking phone's doing like a countdown. Last time it said 5 minutes and now it's telling me 9 from what I'm seeing. But anyway, continuing off, I did not want to make it a part 2, but for some reason the first time I recorded it said 5 minutes. So I had no choice. But when I left off at flashback of Alex and Kara not getting along, most likely Alex because she doesn't like Kara. But apparently one of their classmates turns up murdered, and they actually team up to try to find out what happens, and they find his missing laptop, which apparently, from where I last left off, is the laptop contains incriminating photos of several people, and the only undamaged one was a teacher kissing Alex's best friend. And they end up giving the damaged photos to one of Clark's friends to repair, and that friend just happens to be Chloe Sullivan. And if you guys recognize that name, you probably watched Smallville. I don't remember that name in particular in the comics, but I definitely remember that name in Smallville. So hearing Chloe Sullivan again really brought me a lot of joy. I was like, oh my god, I know her. I know that name, right? So it's like a lot of flashbacks of my Smallville binge-watching days. Just, right? It's kind of cool. But anyway, I'm not going to get too much into it, but if you don't know Chloe Sullivan or Smallville, it was an interesting show. Kind of cheesy. It was in those, like, 90s to early 2000s kind of shit. So, yes, it has its cheesy moments, but it was pretty damn cool seeing, you know, the beginning life of Clark Kent, aka Kal-El, Superman, in Smallville, literally. So, check it out. Anyway, let's see here, what? The teacher that's found in the photo that's kissing Alex's best friend, they try to confront the teacher only for an attempted murder on both of them, where the teacher ends up getting arrested. But, while all that's happening, Alex learns that the teacher, I believe, has an alibi. A fairly good alibi. And so she goes to tell the sheriff. And while that's happening, Kara, who's with Chloe at the time, finds out that that very same sheriff apparently was involved in the drug trade, and also finds out that not only is that sheriff involved in the drug trade, that sheriff that Alex is going to is actually the legitimate killer of that poor classmate. So, there is a scuffle. Kara ends up saving the day, but the sheriff does try to kill Alex, and she gets rescued by Kara, which I think is pretty cool. It's like, well, it's like those moments where, it's like the first episode, you know? Kara always does something to save Alex, which I think is kind of cute. But, like I said, the sheriff tried to kill Alex, and there's a scuffle. Of course, Kara protected Alex and incapacitated that sheriff, using most likely her powers. And because of that whole experience, the two end up bonding. But at the same time, Kara's like, you know what? Blah. Hang on. I'm kind of like, I'm spazzing out right now because I'm trying to remember shit. They do bond. But Kara ends up having this interesting talk with a woman that looks very much like her mother. And, this woman's pretty much telling Kara, you know, to encourage her to embrace her new home, you know? Because Kara's like, I don't belong here. This isn't my home. I remember everything, okay? My cousin may not remember anything because he was just a baby, aka Superman. But she does. She was like a tween. A little tiny tween. So it's like a little younger than teenager, but she has memories of everything. She saw her planet get, right? So, she's obviously not happy. She's like, these people are my family. My family's on Krypton. I have to go back to Krypton, blah, 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 and all that stuff. But this woman who's resembling her mother very much so, tells her, you know, tries to talk her down, you know, encourages her to embrace her new home. And we find out that the woman that resembles Kara's mother is none other than Jean in disguise. So apparently Jean has always been watching over, well, he probably always has been watching over, I believe he mentioned that in a previous season where he's always been watching over the girls. at one point in time. But still, the fact that he disguised himself as a woman that looks very much like Kara's mother is kind of interesting. It makes me wonder, has Ja'an actually ever met Kara's mother, her birth mother, from Krypton? Because how did he manage to get into a disguise of a woman who looks just like Kara's mother in Krypton? Unless he's actually either seen a photo of her somewhere or has actually met her in person, he shouldn't be able to transform into somebody he's never met or seen before. You know what I mean? I know he can disguise himself as anything, but I'm pretty sure he needs to have a basis, right? I mean, the disguise he has on now is actually based on the real person, because he met the person up close and personal, and he thought the real guy was dead, and he took the form and shape of the guy. So it makes me wonder, did Ja'an actually meet Kara's mother from Krypton? Ever? Or at least seen a picture? Because I'm pretty sure Kara doesn't have any pictures of her mother anywhere. At least not that I know of. But anyway, because of that, Kara does eventually bond with Alex, of course, not just because of the woman, but because of what they've been through. But after her talk with Jean in disguise, Kara decides not to use her powers for a while. Well, not a while, but you get it. This is basically the first time Kara's ever used her powers again is in the first season, first episode, when she saved Alex on that plane, right? So apparently we found out where that started. This particular flashback shows Kara not using her powers ever again up until season 1, episode 1, when she saved her sister from the plane. So that's a pretty damn long time. 10 years. Well, basically almost practically 10 years of not using her powers. So that's kind of interesting. It's like, how do you manage not to use your powers for 10 years? Not even accidentally. You know, she could have gotten mad and actually hit a table and actually broke it or something. I mean, I'm just saying. How can you go pretty much 10 years without using your powers even on accident? Just saying. And again, Ja'an, how on earth did you manage to take the form of a woman that looks like Kara's mother on Krypton if you've never seen a picture of her? Or have you met her? That would be kind of cool, the fact that Ja'an actually met Kara's mother, or at least both of her parents, on Krypton somehow. That'd be kind of cool, you know? Maybe some Martians went to Krypton or some Kryptons went to Mars. I don't know. But that would be pretty cool if Ja'an actually did meet Kara's mother at one point or time. But then again, Kara does have that hologram thing of her mother, so maybe that's where he got it from, but still. What the hell? Anyway, after recalling all their first adventures, hence the flashbacks, they eventually reconcile from their quarrel. And, you know, they're like, you know what? We've had we had a good amount of time off. We rested a bit, you know. We kind of... How should I say this? We've overcome some of our griefs, you know, we're recovering. We're strong enough, we should just go back to National City. And I thought that was pretty cool. I like this kind of flashback because it's not nonsense flashbacks, you know what I mean? But I'm actually running out of time, so this is my Supergirl Season 3, Episode 6, titled Midvale Reaction Rant. And I'll see you for The Flash, Season 4, Episode 6, titled When Harry Met Harry. Bye, guys.